Oh, hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry. I'm Mowers and Blow. Good morning. Today's my wife's birthday, so we're going out for lunch. It's a nice day. I figured I'd go into my shed back here and whip out that Brute, Spirit, Murray, one of those, Atlas, 8 horsepower, 25 clearing path snowblower, two-stage. I've always wanted to get rid of it because it has mismatched wheels. So when it's being moved, self-propulsion, right, it kind of veers to the left. As you know, I found a nice snowblower, a 927 on the street a while back. And that snowblower had a blown engine, right? I have since stripped that snowblower engine down and parted it out on eBay. I've actually sold some stuff on it, so it's been worthwhile as it is. The thing is, that snowblower is a much better snowblower than the Atlas, okay? And so I want to take the 8 horsepower Tecumseh Snow King engine off of that one. I'd have to test it out. It's been a while since I even started it, you know, and put that engine on the Craftsman and then get rid of this carcass. It's buried in my shed. Well, there it is. It wasn't that difficult, actually. So while this is a decent snowblower, it's super heavy, and like I said, the wheels are mismatched. If you look on this side and then compare it to the one on this side, they don't match. This is an older model, 825. But it's got a good 8 horsepower Tecumseh Snow King engine on it. From what I remember, it worked just fine. So I'm hoping that the crankshaft is the single crankshaft and not the double one. Some snowblowers have a camshaft pulley on this side that goes the other direction. This is the one that I got for free off the street. Had a scored piston, rings were seized and compacted inside the piston, as well as the cylinder head walls were scored badly. So I took that engine apart, and now this is a good carcass. This is a 27-inch wide, has great wheels on it, everything else works just fine. So my plan is to take this engine off and repurpose it for this one. That's gonna have to happen tomorrow because celebrating my wife's birthday today. I'll see you guys later. So I'm back from my birthday lunch for my wife. Had a very nice lunch. Man, am I stuffed. Anyway, it's still kind of early. I figured I was curious. I wanted to see whether or not this was a single pulley powering system instead of having the opposite direction cam pulley as well. If it is that, it's not going to work. So let's find out real quick right now by just taking off the pulley cover for this and seeing if it's a single or double shaft pulley system. We want single because it'll be a direct replacement for that snowblower. If it's double, I can't use it. Oh no! It's a double shaft pulley system, which means I can't use it. As you can see, this is the crankshaft with the pulley that turns the main pulley that turns the auger. But this also has another pulley with an idler pulley, right, that powers another separate pulley that turns the drive system. So it's a double pulley system. One for the cam one powers the drive, the crank one powers the auger and then the impeller.
So because of this double pulley setup, I cannot use this engine without reversing a ton of stuff, which I did on a previous episode, which, trust me, was not fun. So I'm back to square one again, fellers. I can't use this engine for that snowblower. So I wonder what I'm gonna do now. So you remember what I said about how I hate selling stuff to my neighbors because you feel obligated to fix it if anything ever broke on it? Well, Andy the Brit from across the street, he saw that I was working on that Echo CS400 chainsaw the other day, and after I got it running, he was like, you know, I always wanted a chainsaw. Do you want to sell it? And I says, well, sure, I'm gonna sell it, maybe, you know, but I probably want like $185 for it. He goes, all right, I'll give it to you. And I says, I feel funny about charging you retail prices, bro. He goes, all right, I'll give you 100 then. And I says, and he was like, look, don't worry. If it breaks, I'd expect you to probably fix it, but I'd pay you for it. And I'm like, all right, but you have to watch my video first so that you can see that I'm completely forthcoming in what I did to it. He goes, all right, send me the link, I'll watch it. So he comes over this morning, or right now, and he says, so I watched your video, what do you want me to do? And I says, well, I just wanted to be forthright with you and show you exactly what I did to the saw. He's like, well, it's all right, here. So he gives me $100, takes the saw away. What do you want me to do? You wanted the saw. Guess I'm all right, it's $100. My neighbor, remember? I don't know what it is about the neighbors these days, huh? Might as well stay on the same theme of horizontal shaft engines. I'm going to just put some gas into this engine. As you know, I found this on the street, and I sprayed some go-go juice into it after I fixed the recoil starter over here. This is a new recoil starter that I had. And when I sprayed go-go juice into it, it did fire up. So I'm not sure about the carburetor. This carburetor has one of those diaphragm ones, you know, the super old Tecumseh ones. That's a diaphragm. And look at this. I mean, it certainly doesn't look like it'll start, you know. But we can just try. As you can see, it's kind of leaking some gas in here, but I don't think any's getting into the intake manifold. Holy cow. Well, that carburetor is Dunsky, I'm pretty sure. I wonder if I can put a regular Tecumseh carburetor in there, you know what I mean? I'm gonna check out how the fitment is. So this carburetor is one without a float bowl. So the fuel just drips straight into the carburetor. Obviously this is a diaphragm type. I don't work on those a lot, so I'm not very familiar with it. But it being a Tecumseh, with the fuel line going in this side, I have this old snowblower carburetor. I'm not sure if it works or not, but you know, you blow in here and it blows. Flip it upside down and it doesn't blow, which means that the needle is seating with the float. You know what I mean? So it seems like it would work. Has an attached primer bulb assembly here, you know, with the hose, and it seems to go through. So I just want to figure out whether or not I could just put this carburetor in here. It looks like the clearance will be good enough for this thing too, the choke flap. So I'm just gonna try this out just to see if it'll work. You know, I'm curious. about that, huh? This thing actually ran. Primer works. Yep, soaking it right now. This thing's barely on here, the ignition. So that was pretty good. Honestly, I didn't think it would work. So it only runs on choke. So now you know, a regular snowblower Tecumseh carburetor, which this is, would work on this 3 horsepower Tecumseh Edger in direct replacement to the diaphragm type, you know? So that's pretty cool that it works, you know? You just have to attach some kind of primer bulb system on here. This actually works, you know? When I push it, you know, it's out of gas. I only put a little bit of gas in there, but this thing works. It runs on its own. This carburetor, if it wasn't in such bad condition, because it leaks a little, right? And also, I just pulled it out of a drawer. I didn't even clean it. I bet you if I put a new one on here, this thing would run just fine. I'm gonna crimp this thing a little bit, but hey, all I wanted to do was see if this engine worked. Remember, I found this on the street, and it does work. That's interesting, huh? Anyway, that's it for today. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. Hey guys, Boba and I want to thank you for all the support of Mowers and Blowers. If you'd like, make a short video clip like these, and I'll put it as an outro in my future videos.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.